Hey guys, it's Nick Manella. Welcome back to another YouTube lesson video. I'm going to start doing these every single week. As you guys may or may not know, I run a podcast called the 10-Minute Jazz Lesson, and these videos are going to be the video version of the podcast. So I'm going to take the same concept that I do on the podcast every week and actually make a live video for it. So if you want the PDFs that go along with this episode, you can find them on our Patreon website. That's patreon.com/10-minute jazz lesson, or you can simply follow the link below the video to go over to that Patreon site, make a small donation every single month to support us and the channel and the podcast and everything we're trying to do here with music education, and you can get your hands on all those PDFs and lots of other cool stuff. All right, so this week what we're going to talk about is accents. And as I said on the podcast, this isn't like the sexiest thing in the world. This is not some crazy harmonic concept that is going to get you to sound totally killing over a 2-5-1 or something like that. But I do think that this is more important than all of that, even though it might not be the most exciting stuff you've ever done in your life. So what we're going to talk about is how to place accents in different places to change the feel of a measure, to change the feeling of what you're playing, not by changing notes, because what you're going to notice is these exercises are actually all on one note, but it's going to completely change the way that the line sounds depending on where we put the accent. So what you should have is you should have the PDF in front of you, because I'm going to be working off of it today. And I'm going to go right down the list of the 3 exercises that I've put on the PDF and kind of demonstrate them for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to play one measure of 7 eighth notes. So we're going to start those eighth notes on the and of 1, and we're going to play running eighth notes throughout the entire measure. So it will sound something like this. 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be it for the entire episode, is going to be those 7 eighth notes. But we're really going to switch them up, right? Now, I think an important sort of preamble to this is that when you're playing running eighth notes, you want to play them very legato, right? Except for, there's one exception. When you're playing a long line of eighth notes in swing music, the last eighth note of that line should be a marcato accent, all right? And something you should also get used to is vocalizing jazz lines. So, being able to sing rhythms out loud. Because then if you have an idea of the right syllables to use and the right lengths to use, when you actually play it on your instrument, it becomes a heck of a lot easier. So let's say the eighth notes out loud. So it's going to sound like this. 3, 4, 1. Do, 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 dot. Do, 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 dot. Now, have the PDF in front of you. Say it along with me. 2, 3, 4, 1. Do, 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 dot. All right? So let's jump into the first line. So what I've done on the first line is I've included an accent on the and of 1, an accent on beat 3, and then that marcato accent on the and of 4. So now things are going to sound completely different just by simply adding these accents in. We're going to go like this now. 2, 3, 4, 1. Do, 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 dot. Say it with me, go. 1. Do, 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 dot. Now, play it. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so you can hear that adds a completely new dimension to what we're doing just by simply adding a couple of accents. That's what this episode is all about. So, second thing we're going to do is we're going to take each one of those lines, and now we're going to change notes on the accents. Right? So this is a great way of building lines based off of accent patterns. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a C minor triad, and every time we have an accent, we're going to go to a different note in that C minor triad. So now this line now suddenly sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. Kind of a nice line, right? So that's a great way to build stuff. And then the way that you know to change notes is because of the accent. We're always going to change notes on the accent. And you'll see we're going to do that on examples 2 and 3. All right, let's jump on to example number 2 on your sheet. where we have an accent on the and of 1, the and of 2, the and of 3, and the and of 4. So basically what we're doing in this one is we're accenting all of the offbeats. So vocalized, it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4, 1. Do 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 dot. 2, 3, 4, 1. Do 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 dot. Now sing it with me. Go 1. Da do da do da do dot. 2. Sing it again. 1. Do 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 dot. Now you notice there's small differences in the way that I'm vocalizing it. That's cool. As long as you're doing something that keeps the notes long and legato, you can use whatever syllable you want. All right, now I'm going to play it. 2, 3, 4. Again, and right? You can hear that completely changes it. Totally different than line number 1. Now we're going to go back to the same concept, and we're going to use that C minor triad and change every time we change. We're going to change notes every time we use an accent. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Right? So kind of a cool way, again, to build those lines, get some variety in your playing, and really bring your lines to life a little bit, all based around accents. Okay, let's jump into pattern number 3. So in pattern number 3, I'm using an accent on beat 2, an accent on beat 3, and then I'm using one on 4 and the and of 4. And the and of 4. That sounds kind of funny, but as well as the and of 4. That sounds much better. So now I have this. 2, 3, 4, 1. Do 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 dot. 2, 3. Say it. 1. Do 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 dot. 2. Say it once more. 1. Do 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 dot. Okay, let me play it for you. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now what I'm going to use is I'm going to again go back to my changing notes thing every time there's an accent. Now I'm actually going to use a C minor 7th chord, so I'm going to include that B flat in there instead of just using the triad. Here's what that last line sounds like with different notes. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Again, ready, and so you can hear we have a variety of different things based on the variety of different accent patterns that we're using. So I think that this can be really, really helpful. Accents are really what makes jazz sound like jazz. If you're going to give every single note equal emphasis, it's really not going to be very exciting. Go listen to Charlie Parker. He's the master of this stuff, and he kind of came up with this system of really these bebop rhythms, these bebop accent patterns. All of this really, really cool stuff that he did is where we get all of this from. And it's one of the mainstays in jazz. You know, things change over the years with jazz, but when it comes to swinging, this is really the accent pattern that is used most of the time. Now, you could come up with 10 of your own, and I highly suggest that you do that. You could come up with a bunch of interesting ways where you're using the same accent pattern, but you're putting different notes to it. There's so many derivations of what you could do with this. It's absolutely amazing. All right? I hope that this benefits you. Remember, in order to get the PDF to this episode, which I highly recommend for your practice time, head over to our Patreon site. It's patreon.com/10-minute jazz lesson. Or you can follow the link below the video, which will also have a link to that Patreon site. All right, I will see you guys next week with another video that accompanies the podcast. Have a great week of practicing, everybody. Talk to you soon.